a shotgun rider, cruise through the country, maybe pulling all-nighter. Every little body needs a Clyde decider. Come on, baby, be my shotgun rider.
Kyle, it's been a while since we've done Skip Scoop, and before we get started though, do you notice anything about my production gear, my attire today?
I think you look good. Is that a new T-shirt?
Actually, there's two things about this shirt. It's Big Smitty, the fans out there. Big Smitty, you've seen shows, you've seen. He knows my dad, retired barber, so he's real proud of himself. He makes this shirt. The other thing Kyle doesn't know right now is this is actually his shirt, and I'm wearing it for the show. So when we finish taping, I'm giving it to you. But Big Smitty wanted you to have.
You know, I was actually talking to Rusty down in the equipment the other day, and he had it in his showcase, and I was kind of jealous. So it's good news.
We might have to do a giveaway of a Big Smitty shirt. We'll think of some contest.
Can you imagine the Twitter and the email we'd get for a Big Smitty contest?
Well, so that's what it looks like, folks. And again, Kyle, this is your actual shirt that I'm wearing, and I promise not to sweat in it. But welcome back, everybody. We've had a lot go on here in the past 3 weeks or so.
About that time.
Since the season has ended, and I think we got to probably start, what do you think, with the draft?
We got two more Hoosiers playing professional baseball, both Micah Johnson and Chad Martin. How about this? They were only 15 picks apart.
I didn't know that.
In the draft, they're both going to Chicago. One North Sider, one South Sider.
Well, and growing up, I grew up in Kentland, Indiana, actually written on the shirt there. But you're Kentland, you were either a South Sider or a North Sider, and you get up in that part of the country up there in Indiana. It's really neat to see the division and how cool it is to have two guys, the two draft picks we had this year, Micah going on the south side and Big Chad going on the north side with the Cubbies there. So how have they been doing so far?
4 games in, Micah Johnson's hitting over 460. He's got 3 RBIs, 3 doubles. Chad yet to play. Their season just started last week, but he's out in Arizona. Micah's up in Montana.
And you just were talking before the taping here, before the show, how many guys are actually out playing professional baseball right now?
We got 18 former Hoosiers playing professional baseball, 17 of which played for you.
And we'll scroll. Let's scroll along the bottom there, maybe that website. So you as fans, if you want to follow these guys and how they're doing, we'll post a link here on the site. You can go right to there, and it has their up-to-date stats of how they're rolling through the minor leagues.
Yeah, if you go to that page, simply click on their name and go straight to their minor league baseball profile. So every day they update those stats, so it's pretty cool to check out how Micah, Chad, and the rest of the Hoosiers are doing. Current Hoosiers, 2 freshman All-Americans. How about this? We had Kyle Schwarber and Sam Travis, Louisville Slugger freshman All-Americans. That's at least 1 freshman All-American in the last 5 years. Total of 7 in the last 5 years.
So 7 freshman All-Americans. That's pretty cool. Now we got to be a little careful with these guys. They might get a big head. They get their own little segment on the Big Ten, the Bash Brothers segment, and then the Bash Brothers go out and get freshman All-American. But congratulations to both those guys. They're actually out in the summer, which is kind of nice little segue into our next piece. They're playing summer ball in the Cape, and we've got a handful of guys in the Cape, but we've got guys spread out all over the country. And you can follow them as well. As Kyle, you put together a nice little link on that, and maybe we can scroll that with your technical skills that you're so good at to show our fans out there how they can follow the guys in the summer ball and really keep up with Indiana baseball.
How about 6 guys in the Cape Cod from 1 college? That's pretty good.
I love it. I love it.
We talked about the All-Americans. We've had 7 in the last 5 years, just 2 before that since 2008, so really a nice recruiting coming here into Bloomington.
Oh, it's yeah. I mean, I think it says a lot about, again, they give a lot of credit to the staff of identifying great kids, but you know the kids are getting better here, and it's fun for us to see them being recognized for what they're doing, and I think that we've kind of done our pro guys, we've done our current guys. What about our recruits?
Keep talking about recruits, and if you checked out IUHoosiers.com this week, a recent update, a lot of the guys picked up some big time postseason awards, a couple of state players of the year.
Yeah, that's really cool. With Will Corson-Carr, his accomplishment of being named the Gatorade State Player of the Year, it has the Indiana flavor. But I think if you look at this list, and we're scrolling it again, right, Kyle?
Of course, it's already been scrolled.
Scroll, all right, double scroll. If you look on that list, there's kids from all over the United States, and I think that goes again to what a beautiful place this is. And so take a look at that if you're interested in following our guys, or at least seeing some highlights of the guys that will be joining us next fall.
This place is about to get a little more beautiful. Kaufman Field, they're really getting after it, and you had a little time to get out there this week.
Well, I had to sneak. I had to run around there, and actually, as I stopped filming, I saw them. They're pointing at me like, "Who is that guy standing out in the middle of the diamond?" I drive by the new site, Kaufman Field, as much as I can, but I did take a look at this. I got out on the site this week with my camera, and I failed to mention on here, you'll see out there, you'll see the portalet That's our second baseman out in the middle of this, but check this out. All right, here I am giving you a little midsummer skip scoop on the side here. Walked out of here, hope they don't throw me off, but I'll just give you a little panoramic of what's going on. See here, I'm standing actually the area right now where the concourse is actually going to be. I'm standing on what would be the concourse area. Clearly it's going to be elevated, but we got a lot of stuff going on underneath the soil before they can start doing what they need to do. Actually getting up now, you can see the berm down there, the right field, bullpen area and such. I'm actually now kind of stepping to the spot of where home plate would be. So right now I'm standing at a home plate looking out what would be left field, left center, center field, right field, and back again over here where the right visitor bullpen going to be. You can see Assembly Hall there in the background and Mellencamp Indoor Facility. But a lot of earthwork has happened, transforming, but just a little midsummer update of the site work of the Kaufman Field. It's good stuff though, isn't it, Kyle, looking out there, the transformation of that site?
Yeah, I can't wait to get it going. It's cool how quick things are moving along, and it looks like they're way ahead of schedule.
We'll try to get you some stuff here soon. My understanding is it's the 22nd right now. They're going to be, we'll start seeing the site go up. They're going to be pouring concrete and foundations, so those will be some cool shots here in the next upcoming. I don't know how we lead into this. It has nothing to do with other than we do have some fans out there of Skip Scoop, and I happened to spend some time with some fellow coaches, Corey Stevens from Wabash and Rick Odette from St. Joseph's College in Indiana. We were at a thing this week, and they were telling me how they're loyal followers of Skip Scoop, so I thought I'd give a little shout out. Here's your shout out, fellas, on Skip Scoop, and hopefully you're doing your techno stuff there, Kyle, showing them and give a little love to them. But it made me think, you know what, if they're following our site, Kyle, maybe they would, let's see what they would look like in an Indiana.
Look at it, you can see here maybe possibly some closet Hoosier fans we got.
Exactly. So this is probably what they look like when they flip on the computer and view our site right here. But in all seriousness, had a great time hanging out with those guys, and it was fun. They said they have a lot of fun watching, so I told them I'd give them a love when I got back. So there you go, boys.
And I know they both follow you on Twitter. They were tweeting at you earlier this week. Speaking of Twitter, had a couple questions.
Yes, and this one actually is bringing us back. We had that thing about where Jeff Gordon, this comes from Scott from Pittsburgh, again, where Jeff Gordon claims his birthplace. I know I'm going to butcher this name. Vallejo, California. It's Vallejo. I could butcher that. And I love this because Scott says he lists that as his hometown, though he's actually lists Pittsburgh when he comes back for the Brickyard 400. And a great point by Scott here, no matter where he lists his hometown, his high school diploma still says he's from Tri-West. So thank you there, Scott.
Fun fact update from Scott.
Mike from Twitter. And I know where he's getting this because I'm a huge basketball fan, but I'm not a big fan of the NBA, just based on whatever. But Mike from Twitter, are you excited for the 2012-2000 NBA season to start? Mike, I'm anticipating that like, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to go home later on today and clean my garage out, so probably the same type of anticipation there. But and Mike, the reason being, it's just the favoritism they play towards the superstars in that league drive me absolutely crazy. It just takes away from everything for me. So, good question. Ed from Twitter, most exciting fan feature in the new stadium. I think what's really going to be cool, certainly are the suites and then the picnic area, but just the proximity that the fans will be. I mean, we made a really conscious effort to get the fans right on top of the action. So I just think, with the concessions and all the professionalism that's going to be added to. I'm not taking anything away. Simbauer was just, it was a different experience. It was more of a small college, high school thing. This is going to feel more like a, maybe an A-ball professional experience with the fans. We're going to ramp up our marketing promotions, but it's just going to be nicer all the way around. And with admission charge next year, can I be the first on the list to buy season tickets? Ed, you can be the first on this, and that is awesome because our plan is to charge, which is a little different than what we've done at Simbauer before, but I think it's going to be worth it, and I am thrilled at what's going on, and so we'll update people more as that comes to light as we get closer to what they're going to be doing with season tickets and things like that.
Ed asked about the fan experience. We saw the right field berm in your footage before. That's something I think is going to be pretty cool and excited about.
Yeah, and then you can actually watch a game. The picnic area, there's a picnic area that wraps around the right field foul pole, so people can actually hit balls as you're eating your hot dog or hamburger, whatever your preference is, and then maybe snag a home run ball or something like that. So that's going to be pretty fun.
I think that's all we got for this edition of The Scoop. We'll be back soon across the summer, every couple of weeks, giving updates on the site and what else is going on with Hoosier baseball.
Well, a lot of traveling. Kyle and I finally got in the same spot, but as always, Kyle does a great job, and we'll look forward to keeping you posted with Skip Scoop and hopefully have some things coming out of the ground on that stadium site. So we'll see you soon. Take care.